Hey family, welcome to Rooted Vines. I'm Maya, your herbal alchemist, and welcome. Today I thought we would be making an alternative to your classic coffee latte. All right. Sometimes in life we forget that we have choices. We forget that we do not have to just go with the flow, right? A lot of times we feel like people do not understand us, that we have a certain type of vision and dream that is not cookie cutter. And that's okay. So we want to do something different. That's fine. Remember that you have the power to change anything in your life. Now, it may not be easy. You may have to sacrifice some things, some people, some places, but I promise you at the end, it's always worth it. Okay. So today we're going to do the rose black tea latte. Okay. You heard me right. We're going to use black tea, we're going to use roses, but it's going to be a latte. So it will still give you that luxurious feel that you're looking for. Now, when you start out, you definitely want to have black tea. You definitely need organic roses. Be careful if you're using roses from your home or if you're stopping at a florist, because we're not sure if those were grown with pesticides or any other chemicals that can be harmful. Okay. Some people say you can wash the roses really good and then dehydrate them, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So at Rooted Vines, we do offer black tea, English breakfast tea, which is a black tea. We offer it in tea bags, but we also offer it as a loose leaf, right? And I always say the loose leaf is so much better if you have not had loose leaf tea. It's just more potent. It's real because it's herbal, and it's just fresh. Okay. We also offer the roses, the rose petals, organic. So, you can use these for your face, your body, your tea, whatever that you like. But if you are going to the store or you have some black tea at home, that's fine too. We have black tea here, private selections. Sometimes I use these to create different teas and play around without using my more luxurious loose leaf tea, right? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to start off by making our tea. If you have a kettle, right? Just use your kettle. And what we're going to start off with is 2 cups of water. So what I'm going to do is just pop the lid off here. I'm going to put 2 cups of water in. And then we're just going to pop this on as we talk, right? If I can get this on here. So we're going to pop this on. The kettle is on. And it's so wonderful. I love tea. Number one, because it shows the transformation process, right? So you start off with 2 cups of water, clear, pure, right? But inside the water, sometimes you can't see all of the different things that are going on, all the molecules and the atoms inside of the water. And so in the heat, it is really testing that water. And even though we're starting out with water, I love that the end product will look nothing like water. And that is part of being an alchemist, being able to take your energy, your frequency, whatever's going on in your life, and transmute it into something beautiful and something positive. One reason I chose to do the rose black latte tea, I guess we could say, is that it is a mood booster. And let me tell you, in this climate today, we need something to help boost our mood, to clear our mind, and to really ground us, right? And to understand that as a collective, we can choose a different outcome. You can't control what goes on in life. You just can't. Let's be real about it. But you can control what goes in your circle, what goes on in your home, what goes on in your mind. And so you can choose, like we are choosing tea instead of coffee, you can choose a better mindset, a better way to look at things, a better perspective, right? Better entertainment when it comes to your lifestyle and where you're trying to go, what path you're trying to be on. So my kettle boils really fast. So as you can see, it is boiling. We're going to go ahead and turn that off right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 scoops of our black tea and just put it in our little teapot. And I love this teapot because you get to see the beautifulness of the tea as it comes together and it changes the water into something totally different. So what I'll do is I'll just take 2 scoops of the loose leaf black tea, right? And this is just teaspoons, right? Or you can use 1 tablespoon. But if you like your stuff strong like me, because I am a lover of black tea, honey, love me some black tea. I don't know what it is. I love the smell. I love everything about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in there, and then we're just going to pour our water into the tea. And then we'll set that down, and then we'll set the tea. The tea, we'll set it to the side, just like that, right? So now is the fun part, right? Now we get to do something a little bit different. Okay, so after we have the tea sitting out and it's just warm and it's doing its thing, and you see the beautiful golden color there, and that's one thing I love. It's transforming water into liquid gold. I say that all the time because that's exactly what happens in my life. If you don't know my story, so what we're going to do here, I have a cooking eye here, and I'm just going to turn it on a little bit to about 2, and then I'm going to put a pot on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a cup of milk, right? And we're just going to pour it in here. There we go. We're going to pour it in there. And this is so beautiful. You can use any kind of milk you want to. Like I said, you have choices. Be intentional about what you do, including when it comes to cooking. What form of milk would make you great? Is it going to be almond milk? It's going to make you feel good? Is it going to be goat milk? Is it going to be walnut, cashew? You can choose anything you want. And if you want something really sweet, you could even go and use creamer or coffee creamer, heaven forbid, right? You can do whatever to see how this plays out for you. It doesn't have to be the same. That's what's great about herbal alchemy, right? You get to decide. You be intentional with your life, but you're also intentional with everything else about your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to warm this milk up. You do not want this to come to a boil. Do not let this boil, okay? And if you have a frother, I do have a frother. I have no clue what I did with it. But if you have a frother, you can use a frother. And we just want to get this warm. And what you're going to do while this is getting warm is that we're going to go ahead and put our roses in. You can put as much as you want. I'm just going to put 2 scoops of roses. Isn't that pretty? I hope that you can see it. If you can't, I'm so sorry. I do not have a cameraman, so I do this on my own. And what we're going to do is just lightly stir this and get this nice and warm and beautiful looking, right? Beautiful looking. So I won't put the top on that. I do feel the heat. And it is hot out here, y'all, in Georgia. It is smoking, okay? But I had to get out here and do something. I got to get myself together to just really start doing different videos and different tea videos and different versions, right? Like I said, we can create whatever version we want of ourselves, of our life. It's all about being intentional. It's all about choosing and understanding the choices that we make, right? And be ready to face the consequences, good or bad, because every choice causes a ripple. And so I just want you to be intentional with your tea, why you're making your tea, how is your tea making you feel, what was the purpose that you chose that specific tea. Just being mindful of everything you do and why you do that thing. That's all. So I'm going to turn this down on low because it's starting to rock and roll. It's starting to rock and roll. And like I said, we do not want this to boil. We do not want it to boil. So we are done with that. I'm going to put the top on, and then I'm just going to move the glass pot out of the way. And then I'll make sure that I unplug this because last time I made carrot oil, I almost set our whole porch on fire. I don't know if I have that video, but if you had seen it, it was funny. It was funny. But we definitely need a fire extinguisher out here. So I'm just going to set this to the side, move my plants out of the way, set this to the side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pour our beautiful tea into our cup. And let me move this out of the way. We're going to go ahead and look at that pour. Oh, that black. It smells amazing. Black tea is amazing. It's great for a mood booster, clarity, energy. English breakfast by itself in the morning really gets you ready to start your day feeling energetic. knowing that a day is ahead of you that's going to be good, prosperous, enrich in knowledge and understanding of whatever it is. So this tea is just absolute. Look how pretty that is. You can't tell me that's not pretty. That is a beautiful cup of tea. All right. So now we have that. And so what we want to do is that we want to just strain our milk and roses, right? So we're going to do that because and you can have if you some people don't like pulp in their stuff, and I kind of people who don't like pulp might not like the flowers or the herbs in there, so you can always strain it, and you can strain it with just a household strainer. You can go old school, right? You don't need all of the fancy tools. I just like the fancy tools because it makes me feel fancy and luxurious, and if that's the feeling you're looking for, that's what you need, right? But today we're going to keep it simple with this strainer. So what we're going to do is just take this strainer here, and I'm just going to pour this milk in, and I hope I get it in there right. There we go. Oh, it smells like a rose garden. And that's what I love about roses, because it can just be plain rose tea, but when you smell it, it takes you to a place of luxury, relaxation, clearing, and grounding of self, which that's what we want, right? So I'm just going to toss that in there, toss this over here. And now what we want to do is you can either dress it before or after, but what I'm going to do, I always love to do at least one thing of sugar. I have monk fruit sugar that I love, but I didn't feel like putting it in a jar to do all of this. I'm trying to keep it simple, y'all. So whatever you like, whether it's honey, agave, monk fruit sugar, whatever it is, stevia leaf, which I love too. I use that in a lot of my teas, stevia leaf. Um, Use that. I love to have that in there. And so we're going to stir that around a little bit. And then we just have our vanilla extract. So I'm just going to put a little bit of vanilla in there. And you can put a little bit in the milk as well, because it'll carry really nice with the roses, to tell you the truth. So whatever you like to do, whatever your intention is, you can make this however you'd like, as long as you got the ingredients, honey. You can do it. All right. So we got that going. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to pour our milk in there. Oh, how beautiful is that? And if you could see how it came together, and you can put as much or little milk as you want, it's all up to you. That black tea is still going to do what it do, honey. When it comes to herbs, when it comes to flowers, it's going to do what it's going to do. It knows its job and it does it well, right? So the black tea is still going to give you that robust flavor, that energy that you need. The cream just came around to enhance it, to sweeten it, to give you something luxurious and different, and to help you decide what you want in your life. And so I'm going to go ahead and taste this. And let me tell y'all, the smell, it smells amazing. So it smells like cream and a rose garden mixed together. Yeah, the smell alone relaxes you. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's really good. And with black tea is one of those teas that you can use milk or creamer with. You can't use milk and creamer with all teas. Now, I'm going to say that, but I'm also going to say if you want to do that, honey, go for it. All right. Who going to stop you? Who going to check you, boo? All right. You can put milk, creamer into any tea that you feel you deem necessary, right? Because this is all about you. Setting up a tea bar for yourself, being intentional, holding your cup, speaking affirmations over yourself. That is what tea is about, is bringing yourself back to yourself, right? Reflecting on what's going on with you and within you. Because Yeshua said the kingdom of God is within you, honey. So however you decide to live your life, if you can pay the consequences, if you can pay the fines, good or bad, go for it. Okay. Sometimes we have stuff written in writing, but that's not always the case. There's been things written and rewritten because we learn as we grow. So I hope that you take the time and make you some rose latte black tea and enjoy it. Okay, honey? As I enjoy this and sip on that, honey, stay rooted out there. Okay. Don't let the world get you in an uproar. Know who you are and know who you belong to. You are worthy. You are beautiful. And don't let nobody tell you anything otherwise. Cheers. Mm, 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 mm. All right, there is good.